Every time I make a video about right to repair or show the roadblocks when it comes to repairing electronics, there's always a small group of people who truly believe the inability of repairing your own devices is being done in your best interests. With the erosion of the right to do whatever you want with something you purchased, that is somehow a step in the right direction. Over the years, there's been a few arguments as to why, these often surrounding safety, security, and theft protection. But as we'll discuss, there's little to no merit to these claims. You may have heard of the term "there's no argument to safety." Whether it's a politician or company, safety is often used as a way to push an agenda by creating fear. In the case of electronics, it's the fear someone might injure themselves if they're allowed to fix the device. While totally possible to injure yourself fixing a phone or tablet, really anything can injure you. Should a pencil be classed as dangerous because it's sharp and the end could hurt you if it's misused? No, because that would be ridiculous. The only real danger to phone repair is lithium batteries, which, if significantly charged and are damaged, can violently combust. But this isn't really an example of why people shouldn't repair their own things, but proof that manufacturers are designing their devices in such a way that it endangers their users. It wasn't long ago that removable batteries were common, but it was realized that by making them hard to replace, people were more likely to just upgrade to a newer phone. But a way to mitigate any battery danger is to simply ensure the battery is discharged, as with little to no energy, a battery shouldn't combust. But if it's safety you're really worried about, just take a look at the construction of most new phones. Almost all have glass back panels which are easily broken, and you can cut yourself on that broken glass. I myself have had glass cut my fingers or get stuck in my foot from handling these devices. Companies who protested against right to repair were forcing a similar narrative, that it was somehow a dangerous act. But the American Federal Trade Commission released a report. In it stated, there is scant evidence to support manufacturers' justifications for repair restrictions, meaning they found little to no evidence to their claims. So it should be no surprise that removing a function like auto brightness after replacement of an iPhone screen has no safety or security reasoning behind it. It simply ensures no third party can repair the product. No matter the quality of their work, it will always look as though they did something wrong, because they lack access to the calibration tool that reinstates full functionality and removes those scary warning messages that appear as a result of repairing the device without Apple's approval. Google is a company that's shown its openness to repairability, as they even provide end users with an online calibration tool to program a new fingerprint sensor as part of a display replacement, maintaining repairability and security. Some phones don't require any calibration and simply just work as intended after repair. However, this may be viewed as not ensuring proper security of biometric parts like a fingerprint sensor. The Nothing phone is a device that prevents replacement of its fingerprint sensor. In fact, all trace of the option totally vanishes from the phone upon replacement. But the issue isn't the fact some devices need calibration or verification, it's that the calibration is not often available for third parties to use. While I can provide my own opinion on the matter, there's no overlooking government entities such as the FTC who debunked some of these anti-repair claims made by manufacturers. But it doesn't take long before a newly emerging claim catches on. I've heard countless times that the physical difficulty and software rejection of new parts is done to minimize theft. That's like saying I shouldn't be able to get a new key cut for my front door, as it's possible someone could steal my keys and cut themselves a new version. Therefore, no one should be allowed to cut keys. What? So I should just demolish my whole house? A property developer would agree because he wants you to build a new house. It sounds insane, but this concept is similar to some people's mindset for repair. They believe no one should repair a product because someone could have stolen another device and used those stolen parts to fix something else. Should people also not be allowed to repair their car for the same reason? There's always going to be a few bad people, but if I'm not the bad guy, why should I suffer? Theft occurs no matter where you live in the world, but there's no valid reasoning that anti-repair has been done to prevent theft. This is because even if someone did steal your phone to part it out, the parts will still work on another phone. For example, an iPhone screen would no longer have auto brightness and the battery would no longer display battery health. But that doesn't prevent the part from working. If the restriction of repair was really to prevent theft, why would 2 brand new phones reject new parts? Shouldn't it only be for a phone that's reported as stolen? Truth is, that's not what these anti-repair mechanisms were implemented for. Companies have always had a vested interest in selling you new products. So why would they want you to be able to repair your old products? Companies like Google and Apple have had theft protection mechanisms to act as deterrents and to provide peace of mind to consumers for years now, although both systems have their own flaws. As for biometric security, most phones only allow up to 5 attempts before requiring a PIN, or disabling biometrics entirely after a restart. So unless you're using a weak password, you should be fine. But right to repair isn't about preventing first-party repair. It's about giving more options to those who might not want to front the high cost of first-party repair or fix something that the manufacturer no longer supports or is unwilling to repair. People have been building and repairing things for generations. I grew up in a family who regularly chose to repair things ourselves rather than buying something new.
Into the cement, just spread a bit off, set it in, almost done. See that? Oh, good.
And while not everyone wants to or should even attempt to repair things, that doesn't mean someone with experience should be prevented from doing so. And on that note, this has been a Hugh Jeffries video. If you like what you saw, consider subscribing and check out the playlist for tech that's not what it seems. And if you're looking for any used devices, be sure to check out my online store, link for which is down in the description. That's all for this video, and I'll catch you guys next time.